Hello and welcome to the box seat. And on behalf of everyone here at Perth Racing, to all of our Western Australian viewers, our Australian viewers, Singapore viewers, doesn't matter where you are, a very Merry Christmas to you and all the best for the coming 2021 year. This is racing on Boxing Day at Ascot, Saturday the 26th of December 2020. Rail at 9 metres, track a good 4, another very hot day on Saturday, 36 degrees the forecast. Race number 1 is the Iron Jack Maiden over 1200 metres. Make sure you consume your Iron Jacks responsibly over the festive period. This maiden, the replay we're going to watch, is of Kirigami running second.
Of them at the top of the home straight. 350 to run now. The leader being called upon, Bourbon Bow, shaken up in front, led by 2, Kirigami. Main engine, she's got the wheels spinning at the moment, and Bourbon Bow led them clearly with 100 to go. It's all over. Bourbon Bow's coming away under the hands and heels of Tash Faithful and wins in a breeze, Bourbon Bow from Kirigami.
Not a bad effort there from Kirigami, running second behind Bourbon Bow. Bourbon Bow had also run second to Hot Mix, who we're going to talk about a lot in only a couple of minutes time. So I think that form can hold up, but this is probably a slightly stronger maiden, if you will. Drawn an awkward gate as well, but I'm expecting Chris Parnham to roll forward and maybe even find the breeze outside of the likely leader in War Largo. I am, however, going to go with Anne King's new horse here, and that's Prize Nemesis. Start number 21 for this horse, so he has had his fair share of opportunities. He's had 3 or 4 different stables, but I loved his trial under William Pike when he closed off powerfully at Lark Hill. I loved his first up run against the pattern behind Dashing Doll. I think that form is going to hold up because we see that filly go around at the Monday meeting at Pinjarra Park. Drawn the inside gate, if Alan Kennedy can hold up leaders back, it looks a nice assignment for Prize Nemesis, but that being said, he has had a lot of chances in his life. Number 1 on top for me, from number 9, and that's Silent Act. This is another mare that's had a lot of chances to win. She's burnt punters a number of times, beaten favourite on numerous occasions, but she does have ability. Number 7, Springshire Lad, on debut, hasn't done anything wrong yet and hasn't had the same opportunities that a lot of these horses have. And number 10, Kirigami. If she'd drawn a little bit softer, I would have definitely had her up the order. My numbers in race 1, 9, 7 and 10. Race number 2 at Ascot is the Crown Perth Plate, and this is a very, very impressive win. It's of last start, Hot Mix.
Of Janora, guarded is third. Hot Mix is setting after them, and down on the inside is More Schnitzel. Torkalicious back last. Warm and Fuzzy looked gone. Hot Mix swept up quickly, went to the lead. Janora tried to go with it, then guarded, but Hot Mix is letting down impressively, and Hot Mix is going to pull right away and win in a canter. Went on to score on the bridle.
Well, Hot Mix is looking to remain 3 from 3 undefeated. Very good effort on debut at 1200 metres. A more impressive effort, I thought, in a strong lineup in a midweek company last start at 1100 metres. Looks like the kind of filly that's going to get out over further. She is the half-sister to Beau Count, and we know how far he's been able to get. So I'm pretty confident she'll see out 1400. She gets in here effectively on the minimum in a set weights and penalties 3-year-old race. Chris Parnham picks up the ride, so it's the 3rd jockey in 3 outings for her. She draws a gate. She ticks every box I've got. I'm going to make her the best on the program, and I'm an unabashed fan of Hot Mix. Number 10 on top for me. Number 2, Chili is Hot, resumed with all the best closing sectionals first up in what was an eye-catching run. If this filly's on her way to an Oaks preparation, she might just be worth following. Number 3, FAROLA, very good first up behind Sweet Strawberry in a Class 3 against the older horses. We've already seen a winner out of that field with our Danny saluting when well supported on Wednesday. Number 9, Next Best, Go Bella. Blinkers go on. Do like this filly, but I just worry how far back she's going to get and whether or not that's going to be against the pattern of the day on Saturday. My numbers in race number 2, 10, 2, 3 and 9. Race number 3 at Ascot is a West Speed Platinum race, so it's a tab touch better your bet handicap. And the replay we're going to watch is the second placing effort of Wakantanka.
The same margin, Glamour Pack from Kit Gum. What about Moses? Wakantanka, though, still with a handy break nearing the 200. About 2 in front of Distant Trilogy. He now has to shake up Wakantanka. Distant Trilogy, he's starting to get a sniff of victory. Distant Trilogy comes at Wakantanka. Wakantanka gathered up by Distant Trilogy. What about Moses charging into 3rd place?
Well, it is Wakantanka and the other likely leaders who I'm going to focus in on in this race. A hot day on Saturday, rail at 9 metres. To me, that means they're going to be right up on the speed. So I'm actually going to go with a horse that's got some pretty alternate form lines if you go back only 5, 6 or 7 starts ago. And that's Scooter's Machine here for Chris Gilbert. I'm pretty sure Chris trains out of Collie and Christy Bennett takes the ride on this horse. They get along like a house on fire, Christy Bennett and Scooter's Machine. A winner at Leonora and a winner at Leinster, dirt meetings that you only see once or twice a year. Very infrequent that you see those horses make their way to a Saturday race, and even less infrequent that we actually start tipping them here. But I think Christy Bennett will find the front at 1400 metres. $7, $8, $9 each way. I think Scooter's Machine's worth an each way throw at the stumps here in race number 3. I'm going 7 on top. 2, Wine Night, well placed after the claim, comes back in grade, steps to 1400 metres, draws a gate where she should have no excuses. Number 6, MORGS FREEMAN, who chased really hard last start at 1200 metres behind Be Quick, and this stage of the campaign probably is better suited at 1400. And number 11, Whack and Tanker, expecting Brad Parnham to come across from the wide gate, sit outside of Scooter's Machine, and fingers crossed Brad is riding on Saturday after that fall in the last on Wednesday. From the reports, it sounds like he's got a sprained wrist, so hopefully Brad will be able to ride on the weekend. My numbers in race 3, 7, 2, 6 and 11. Race number 4 is the Happy Birthday Tony Lalich handicap over 1200 metres, and this horse is flying at the moment. This is the last win of ZIEBELL.
Dolce and Don't Fuss is at the tail of the field. ZIEBELL low level flying at the 250. McNaught snuck a quick peep over the right shoulder, led by 3 to Cramden. Down the outside, Don't Fuss finishing strongly. Inside the last 100 though, ZIEBELL's got the race absolutely shot to pieces. Don't Fuss runs to second, but ZIEBELL blew them away.
Since Luke Fernie has instructed for this gelding to be ridden for pure and desperate speed, he's simply gone to a new level in his last couple. He won over 1100, he won over 1000, he finds the fence, he runs them along. He has to bring that to 1200 metres, and he also runs into a highly progressive horse here from Simon Miller's yard in Son of a God. I think there's going to be a lot of eyes on this horse. There's going to be a lot of pundits in Western Australia making him the best. I'm going to be one of them. I think alongside Hot Mix, Chris Parnham's got a wonderful book of rides, and Son of a God is definitely one of those, and one of the better bets on the program. Hard to not be impressed with what he produced at the trials recently. He should sit leaders back, stalking ZIEBELL's every move. And when they go for home at the top of the corner on ZIEBELL, it's going to be Son of a God coming around heels and laying down the law. Pretty confident he gets over the top. Number 8 in Son of a God. Number 2, Don't Fuss and ZIEBELL. They both Cornelled the race last time out. I'm thinking maybe that 1200 does suit Don't Fuss at this stage of his career. ZIEBELL, will he run out 1200? I guess we'll find out on Saturday. Number 6, Next Best, Why Choose Her? She comes out of those fillies and mares feature races. She gets back, she always runs on. My numbers in race number 4, 8, 2, 5 and 6. Race number 5 at Ascot is the Happy Birthday Matt Leahy and Blake Broadhurst handicap. Lots of birthdays over the Christmas period here in Perth racing. This race is over a mile, and the replay we're watching is of Kelly's Callisto running second.
Into the straight, Kelly's Callisto though. Booted 2.5 clear from the Fugazi. Down the outside, Phone Me. Followed by Tonka Tough. Kelly's Callisto shows the way 150 from home. Here comes Phone Me. Phone Me starting to put the big ones in now. Phone Me comes out after Kelly's Callisto. Gets square right in the shadows. Phone Me. Phone Me.
I thought Kelly's Callisto was a good, strong on-speed effort there in a race that was won by Phone Me. Chris Parnham rode that winner, Phone Me. He now teams up with Kelly's Callisto. He's ridden this horse once, 4-1 victory, and I remember in a post-race interview, Chris did say that he'd learnt a lot about the horse in the fact that he shouldn't have gone for him quite as early as he did. He's got a short, sharp kick of about 150 metres, and thereafter he does seem to paddle in the concluding stages. Looks like Chris Parnham's going to get it pretty soft out in front with Kelly's Callisto, and if he does pinch those cheap sections in the middle stages, he'll give a very good kick here, and I think he's hard to run down in a mile. Number 2 on top, Kelly's Callisto. Number 1, Frieresque, doesn't win out of turn. He is a frustrating horse to follow, but he does have a lot of ability. Number 6, Crystal Valley, and 7, Glamour Pact, both from Colin Webster's yard. Both look like they're ready to fire, and both are well weighted. My numbers in race number 5, 2, 1, 6 and 7. Race 6 at Ascot is the Amelia Park handicap, and this was some sort of win first up. This is MEXI making them look silly.
Bonnie and Indominus last of all. Regal City headed for the judge first. They hit the 400 challenge by Alluring. Dad's big headed under the Persuader. In behind them, ready to ride. MEXI is starting to lumber right down the middle of the track with its run. Further back is Indominus, 200 from home. Alluring had got its head in front, tackled by MEXI. It's MEXI reaching the lead and extends now, draws away. It's home MEXI. MEXI, big ungainly type, wins it from Indominus.
60 kilos, barrier 10 of 13. First up, no trial. Made absolutely no difference there. MEXI was far too good for them. And the horse that he beat home there, Indominus, was the target of good money last week in a graduation race. He's definitely going to be hard to beat here, but eventually he's just going to need to draw a gate, I feel. He's going to do it wide, he's going to do it tough again, and that might make him vulnerable up in grade. I'm going to tip here with Beret, who's come back to racing in particularly good form. William Pike takes over the riding duties from Lakdar Rumley. It's an added little bonus here. Draws a gate, holds a spot midfield with cover. And I really do love what this mare's bringing to the races at the moment. Looks capable of going through the grades. Number 4 on top for me in Beret. Number 3, Tiff Has Spoken, backs up off 7 days, draws the inside gate. Needs a bit of luck because he's had very little of it so far this campaign. Number 1, MEXI, going to do it out wide, but watch for him to be firing late. Number 6, What About Moses, next best. Very honest, very consistent. And Steve Wolf gave him a pretty good push on the radio on Thursday morning. My numbers in race number 6, 4, 3, 1 and 6. Race number 7 at Ascot is the Glenroy Chaff Handicap. We're going to go down to the Provincials and watch Be Quick run them into the ground.
He is being ridden desperately at the top of the straight and well back Keeper's Tail. Be Quick took them past the 300 by a length on Enduring Moment. Morgs Freeman about to work through between them, and still there is Amelia Bedelia, but it's Be Quick shaken up in front, nearing the 100 still by a length and a half. Morgs Freeman, Enduring Moments runners come to an end, and it'll be Be Quick, much too sharp. Be Quick did it all of the way, beat Morgs Freeman.
Be Quick and Carleen Heffel really have changed up the race pattern of this mare in the last couple. She was always known as that midfield back-marking type, but since Carleen went aboard, led them up first up at Mount Barker and won, led them up in a far tougher race last start and won again. Senior rider Brad Rawilla takes over. She draws a gate here. Clearly the way she's going at the moment, she'll hold a spot in at least close handy, if not lead them up again. She is hard to toss with the way she's going, but she runs into some pretty quality opposition here. I'm going to go with number 9, and that's Sassy Trader, a 3-year-old taking on the older horses, who has been doing a little bit wrong, but if Geordie Turner gets out cleanly from gate number 1, she'll get a lovely track up in behind them in a race with a lot of speed, thinking that Sassy Trader can give this a shake at an each-way quote. Number 3, Be Quick, very hard to knock this mare at the moment. She's come back in superior form to what she showed when last in work. Number 4, Downforce, who drops in grade 66 plus to a 60 plus. And those 2 Quinella horses from that race that he comes from, Resort Man, Platinum Bullet, that's pretty good Saturday form. Number 2, Lipstick Flickers, great to see this mare back at the races. She's one of my favourites. She's coming off an injury-enforced layoff, but her trial, it was sensational. My numbers in race number 7, 9, 3, 4 and 2. Race number 8 at Ascot is the feature. It's the listed ATA Stakes, the final lead-up race to the Perth Cup on January 2. Chris Parnham picks up the riding duties on Juicing Carrots. Here he is in replay winning last start.
MTA makes its move, so does Morning Song. They come together. Tollman looks for a run behind them. Juicing Carrots is out there on the outside of those running on strongly. MTA grabs the lead. Morning Song comes back. Juicing Carrots joins them both though. Juicing Carrots, Morning Song with MTA trying to lift, but Juicing Carrots stuck his head in front. Juicing Carrots.
He always seems to get in under the guard, Juicing Carrots. He has big, prolonged campaigns. He had a freshen up of about 6 weeks, going back 6 starts, but before that, he'd been in work for about 12 months. They don't miss him out there at Eeyore Lodge. He wears those camouflage colours. He's hard to miss in the run, and he should be in the money here, whether it's 2nd, 3rd or 4th. But the likely winner of this race really does look like Nerf Bosk. The winner of this year's Carbine Club Classic. He's going to go on to the Perth Cup. He's probably going to get in on the minimum, depending on what penalty he does get, if he does win the ATA on the weekend. Brad Parnham, Neville Parnham, Nerf Bosk. He's going to get the trip, there's no worries about that. He ran in the 2019 Melbourne Cup, can you believe? I have him on top to win the ATA, number 2. From 9, Utgard Loki, who's really hitting form at the right time. Justin Warwick is a genius at getting these horses to peak at the right time, and no doubt the Perth Cup is his aim. Number 6, Money Mahar, didn't get a lot of luck last start. Previous efforts all very good. And number 5, Juicing Carrots, really good on-speed effort last start. You know what you're going to get from Juice. My numbers in race number 8, 2, 9, 6 and 5. Race number 9 at Ascot is the Western Race Picks Handicap. Like a Jaguar, charging through the grades at the rate of knots. Here he is, winning again last start.
Started to head out towards the middle of the track to quickly join Smart Fox. Diademi can come through between those, and further back down the outside, Like a Jaguar runs on. It's still Excellent Dream in front though with 100 to go, but look at Like a Jaguar. Like a Jaguar ranges up, grabs Excellent Dream, got the head in front, and in a bob of the heads go, gets the money. Like a Jaguar.
Since Chris Parnham and Neville Parnham have teamed up with this horse, settling back in the field, kept to 1,000 metres, high speed, short course, get back, run on sprinter. He's gone to a new level this campaign, this 4-year-old. Always showed ability in his 3-year-old days, but did a fair bit wrong. Chris Parnham, with his ability to pull the whip into the left hand, has kept him going straight. He actually settled close handy last start, which was a bit of a surprise, and he still finished off powerfully. Up in grade here, definitely tougher, but he is in form, he is going well. He maps to get a near on identical run to what he enjoyed in victory last start, and he's going to go round at each way odds. So a horse that's chasing a winning hat trick will get $7 or $8 about this horse, each way in the last for me, Like a Jaguar. Number 9, and that's Forest War. This was a seriously good first up resumption run. William Pike takes over the riding duties, the wide gate, it's Pike in the last. It's exactly like it was last week with Dig Deep. Why couldn't he win? Number 10, and that's Mood Swings, has a lot of good form around the likes of Windstorm and Levitate, Indian Pacific when last in work. Number 4, Shinju, disappointed with his effort first up, but he can improve quickly. My numbers in race number 9, 6, 9, 10 and 4. Moving on to best bets at Ascot on Boxing Day, Saturday the 26th of December 2020. I'm going with a Chris Parnham double. Race 2, number 10, Hot Mix. Race 4, number 8, Son of a God. Free entry to Ascot, should I say, on Saturday. If you do have the family, bring them down, grab a picnic rug and or a hamper, and we'll see you here on Saturday.